we are diving straight into the future of computing. Google is reportedly in serious talks with Elon Musk's SpaceX to set up massive data centers in orbit. This isn't just science fiction anymore. It's about putting AI infrastructure into space. We explore how Google's Project Suncatcher initiative and the need to manage escalating AI power consumption are pushing the industry to consider orbital server farms as the next big step. Discover the incredible potential of floating AI factories above Earth and the partnership dynamic forming between Google and SpaceX in this groundbreaking venture.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we look at a vital mission already underway. SpaceX Dragon is scheduled to launch on Tuesday to bring crucial cargo to the International Space Station. This mission is packed with important research, including water purification hardware and studies into space weather. We'll follow along as Bill Spetch from NASA explains the significance of this cargo delivery and how the equipment inside the Dragon will aid in understanding power grids and treatments for osteoporosis. Don't miss the live coverage of this historic launch. The AI landscape is shifting, and the competition is heating up. We examine the impact of Grok's performance on the valuation of SpaceX. Reports indicate that downloads for Grok have plummeted, falling significantly from peak numbers, which is putting pressure on the company's valuation. We break down the complex financial ties, including the server capacity leases, and analyze how the failure of the XAI product is directly denting the SpaceX valuation, especially given the massive valuations surrounding AI companies. And finally, we wrap up with the broader picture of the AI race. With ChatGPT dominating downloads and Gemini holding strong in the third spot, the competition is fierce. We look at how these market trends are shaping the future of AI infrastructure, from terrestrial data centers to potential orbital solutions. Stay with us as we analyze these massive shifts and what it all means for the technology world right now. Tune in to find out what's next. Google and SpaceX are reportedly in discussions to establish data centers in orbit, marking a significant pivot in the technology industry's approach to artificial intelligence infrastructure. This potential collaboration is tied to Google's growing focus on orbital computing and its Project Suncatcher initiative, which involves deploying prototype satellites in partnership with Planet Labs. The move signals a response to the escalating resource demands of modern AI. Current AI models require immense amounts of electricity, cooling, land, water, and semiconductor infrastructure, with these demands surging as systems become more complex. Proponents suggest orbital data centers offer a solution by utilizing uninterrupted solar energy, bypassing terrestrial land constraints, reducing environmental pressure on Earth, and potentially enhancing global processing distribution. While the theoretical benefits are substantial, the current economics of orbital compute platforms are described as borderline prohibitive. However, the trajectory is clear. The industry is seriously exploring space as the next frontier for AI infrastructure. Google is reportedly planning to launch prototypes by 2027. Several other entities, including StarCloud, NVIDIA-backed efforts, Lumen Orbit, and existing SpaceX projects, are already experimenting with orbital computing systems, with some early AI inference and lightweight language model training tests already conducted in space. If Google intends to scale this infrastructure, SpaceX emerges as the logical launch partner, given its dominance in global launch capacity via Falcon 9 and Starship, along with its extensive experience in satellite deployment and orbital ambitions. This dynamic positions Google and SpaceX as potential collaborators in launch infrastructure, while simultaneously setting the stage for competition in the burgeoning field of orbital computing. Both companies are reportedly preparing for a future where space-based data centers could become commercially viable. Google and SpaceX are reportedly engaged in discussions to explore the feasibility of establishing data centers in orbit. This development signals a significant push in the space technology sector, aiming to leverage orbital infrastructure for advanced computing and data storage capabilities. According to reports from the Wall Street Journal, these talks indicate a strategic convergence between the technology giants, suggesting a future where critical data processing moves beyond terrestrial limitations. Experts suggest that such ventures could revolutionize areas like high-speed data transmission and remote processing, opening new avenues for applications ranging from satellite communications to advanced AI computations. The exploration into orbital data centers is a key step in the ongoing race to build sustainable and scalable infrastructure in space, potentially reshaping the landscape of cloud computing and data management. A major resupply mission to the International Space Station is scheduled for Tuesday night, featuring a SpaceX Dragon spacecraft carrying approximately 6,500 pounds of cargo. The launch is set to occur around 7:16 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida aboard a Falcon 9 rocket. The launch event will be broadcast live. Viewers can stream the excitement through the station's dedicated app available on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and other smart TVs. Coverage will also be accessible on NASA Plus, Amazon Prime, the NASA YouTube channel, and across official NASA social media platforms including X, Facebook, and Instagram, starting around 7 p.m. EDT. NASA officials highlighted the mission's significance. Bill Spetch, an operations and integration manager at NASA, stated that the cargo includes essential items such as water purification hardware and research materials aimed at improving the understanding of space weather. Furthermore, the mission is expected to support research into treatments for osteoporosis and studies concerning charged particles around Earth and their effects on power grids. The Dragon spacecraft is slated to dock with the ISS on Thursday morning around 9:50 a.m. EDT. Coverage of the docking event will begin Thursday at 8:20 a.m. EDT. Following the docking, the Dragon is expected to remain at the space station until mid-June, when it is planned to splash down off the Pacific coast of California. Currently, the International Space Station is crewed by 7 astronauts from 2 previous missions, including 3 Americans, 3 Russians, and French astronaut Sophie Adenaude. The valuation of SpaceX is facing significant pressure following the declining usage of its AI product, Grok. Analysis suggests that the failure of Grok to gain traction is directly impacting the company's perceived value, especially in the context of Elon Musk's complex series of mergers involving X and XAI. Competition in the AI space is intensifying, with data indicating that Grok's adoption is falling behind major competitors. According to data from Apple's App Store, OpenAI's ChatGPT leads in downloads, followed by Anthropic's Claude in second place, and Google's Gemini in third. XAI, the developer of Grok, ranks significantly lower, placing 20th behind Google Maps. Further evidence of Grok's diminishing relevance comes from financial reporting. The Wall Street Journal reported that Grok's downloads dropped to approximately 8.3 million in April, down from over 20 million in January, according to AppMagic analysis. The link between Grok's performance and SpaceX's valuation is substantial. SpaceX has reportedly rented server capacity to Claude, meaning that if XAI were to succeed, this crucial facility would not be available. Furthermore, lease increases related to this arrangement boost SpaceX's revenue and should positively affect its valuation. However, the potential fallout from Grok's failure is severe. When XAI was merged with SpaceX in February, SpaceX was valued at $1 trillion and XAI at $250 million. Given that X accounted for about a third of XAI's valuation, and XAI accounted for 2/3 of it, the failure of Grok could potentially dent SpaceX's valuation by as much as $160 billion, according to Musk's individual valuations of the various entities. While the precise figures are complex due to the multiple mergers, the consensus is clear. A drop in Grok usage negatively affects SpaceX's valuation as the company seeks to go public. Analysts caution that the valuations for AI companies are extremely high, and Grok's current trajectory does not align with that trend. Despite Elon Musk's strategic moves, the underperformance of Grok will undoubtedly be a factor for investors assessing SpaceX's worth, which is already under siege.